Good morning guys, how are we all? I just want to make a disclaimer that this Urban Insight series is my personal opinion, my experience and my lifestyle. I'm not dishing out financial advice. I'm not telling anyone what they should do with their superannuation money or their investments. That is not why I'm here. I'm here just to share with you what works for me, what worked for me, and maybe put your mind at ease if you did want to move over to self-managed super. It's been very empowering experience for me and still is. It's actually exciting. I enjoy managing the super. I treat it like a job, and it is my job because we are semi-retired and we got to protect our money. Well, we've had a little bit of an emergency broadcast here because management from the apartment that I'm in have just informed me there's a planned power outage today, so we have no power until 5 o'clock. And the show that I was going to roll out on Saturday, which is, today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, literally I got to have it done tonight, upload tonight, because you need a couple of days for the analytics to kick in. So I'm in a bit of a bind. So the show that I was going to roll out on Saturday, the one I'm editing, is going to have to wait, and I'm going to have to slap this one out. And now this is something, I'm not going to lie, I've tried recording this topic. This will be the 6th time. I'm still having dramas with this GoPro camera. What happens is it switches, it's mysteriously switching from it's mysteriously switching from my wireless to the onboard mic, and that's not good. It just sounds terrible. What I wanted to do, guys, is show you something down the road. I've just got to find it. I think it's the next road here. I'm going to show you how to find these cheap apartments. Now we're going down the back streets here. You can see there's a lot of building going on. Lots of construction. But yeah, the weather's, it's threatening to rain right now, so I've got to try and get this topic done today. And the topic that we're going to talk about today is self-managed super, and how me switching to self-managed super saved my superannuation or my pension, and then it gave me the opportunity to retire early. All I'm doing is sharing my experience with you, what I did to improve my portfolio, and what I did to get me to this situation where I can retire early. Because I was not going to work beyond 60. Well, semi-retire. I always like to use the word semi-retire because I don't think I'll ever retire. We're still going to work, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to be working for anybody. So anyway, you're just walking around these lovely streets. This is just another little back alley. And this is where you find your rentals. So you come along and you're going to find signs like this. Apartment for rent. And this one's even giving you the price. 6.5 mil, guys. And look, it's a one-bed studio apartment. It's basically a glorified hotel. But look at that. It's got a kitchen. It's got everything you need, and it would have a bathroom, a separate bathroom. Now, for me, I know I've had some comments in chat saying, oh, how can you live in a shoebox? Well, welcome to Asia, guys. You go to Bangkok, unless you want to shell out stupid money, you're either going to get a studio apartment or you're going to get a one bed, and you're going to pay dramatically more for that. So anyway, there's tons of these. This is normal in Vietnam, these sort of units. So like I said, if you're going to go and shell out, I know an expat I met recently, Roy, and he's had to rent out of town because he couldn't find, he had a family, what did he have, 2 kids and his Thai wife, and they had to rent miles away. But anyway, let's get back to the subject, and the subject is self-managed super. And I'll start with giving you a bit of my history. So I used to work for a university for 25 years. I was let's say a multimedia producer, and I was churning out all of the multimedia assets for teaching and learning. So for all your online units, etc., we were making all the instructional videos and everything that came with that. Absolutely loved the job. It was my lifelong career job. I wanted to retire. I wanted that to be the only job I ever did, and I was planning to retire, get myself to 60 and pull the pin. And the other good thing about universities in Australia is their superannuation rate is 17% of your total salary. So to all our American friends, our UK friends, European friends, these private pensions are based on a percentage of your annual wage. I think it's very similar to the American system. And so working for the uni or government, they're going to pay a higher rate, and that actually worked to my benefit. So then the redundancy came up. It was a big blow to me because I absolutely loved the job. I was offered a pretty juicy severance package or some low-paid jobs. Now the job was good, but they offered me some really crappy money. And in hindsight, because that's what they do, they do these cyclic redundancies because they're cutting costs. They want to pay less, and then they're bringing in new staff and doing the same job for less money. And that's just the way it rolls. So anyway, they offered me a learning design job on less money. It was significantly less. I think it was like 30,000 less. In hindsight, I should have taken the job. And I always thought, even to this day, that job was worth a lot more to me than the rather large payout that I got. And so anyway, I took the money because at that stage my marriage was on the rocks. I was in a pretty bad way. We were in the middle of lockdowns and all the bloody vaccine drama and everything around COVID. West Australia was locked down at that stage. And yeah, it was a really bad time for me, and I'm sure it was a bad time for a lot of other people. So I ended up taking the severance package. I was going to head out to Florida to see the old man. I wish I had, because he passed away last year. I never got a chance to see him. I'm just thinking about where I'm going to take you today, guys. I'm actually really hungry. Maybe I'll go down. I'm thinking of maybe heading down the beach somewhere here, somewhere different. But it's very noisy here. I still haven't had a chance to take you where I want to take you. Hang on, there's a dog here, and they get a bit weird with the selfie stick. I'm going to power off till I pass him. Yeah, you got to be careful. The dogs think you're a lot of dogs. Look, they're not strays. They're actually they all have homes, but they like to wander around the streets. But I have to be careful with the selfie stick. They think I'm holding a stick, and they get a bit spooked. So anyway, I took the severance package. I was going to go and see the old man of Florida because they didn't have any of all the lockdown garbage over there, and I'd had a gutful of all of that at that juncture. So my best friend, who I'd sailed halfway around Australia with before that, was in Queensland at the time. He'd sailed all the way around with his family, so he'd moved on to the yacht. permanently. Hope this is not too loud for you guys. We'll be in some quieter area soon. So I decided, yeah, I went for anyway, so my best friend was in the Whitsundays. He'd sailed all the way around with his family, so he'd moved on the yacht, and he called me and said, "Hey Jeff, why don't you come and hang out with us for the winter, because the winter's really nice up there, and we'll just lolly around the Whitsunday Islands and enjoy life." I'm like, hell yeah. It's an excellent idea, because I saved a heap of money because I wasn't paying rent. When you're on the boat, we all just chip in for fuel and food, so it's a bit of a communal operation. But it was perfect for me because it gave me some downtime to think about what I was going to do with my life without being pressured. So I didn't separate at that point, so I was still responsible for the family finances and doing the right thing. I'm not really into kind of bailing from my family. No matter what happens to me, I've always been loyal to my family and make sure that my kids have got food on the table and the mortgage is paid and whatnot. So yeah, so that at that point, I decided to self-manage my super. Now I had enough in there because I believe you need a minimum of a couple $100,000, because anything less, it's not really worth it because of the fees that you're going to pay. It's not a cheap operation, and anyone could do it. And you also you don't need a bookkeeper, a tax accountant to do it for you. There's a lot of do-it-yourself packages online, the legal packages and everything you need available online for you to do it yourself. Now, I'm not that, at that point I wasn't that knowledgeable, so I thought I'm best finding a decent accountant and finding an accountant that's working for me and not the tax department. And I did. I found a great accountant. He set everything up for me. I mean, I was rocking within a week. We had that set up. It was amazing, the turnaround. So he was fantastic. And again, like I said, he works for me. He doesn't work for the tax department. Most of your accountants out there work for the tax department. They pretend they're working for you, but anyone that's not actively trying to save you money as an accountant is not working for you. And that's the reality. And I really need a coffee and something to eat, guys. I am freaking starving. Well, we are going to start with a coffee this morning. I'm going to take you down the back street here, a really nice street. Also, hang around to the end of the video and I'll reveal exactly how much my portfolio increased and where I put my money to make that happen, because I made it happen. The super company didn't. So for those overseas viewers, what happens is your money goes into a trust and superannuation companies take over your investment portfolio. So you've got companies who are dealing with your money. And my fear was, and this happens cyclically, every 10 years there's some sort of crisis that happens, stock market crashes, you lose half your portfolio. Now this is new. The last time I was here, this was not here. They are building another building here by the looks. Oh wow, they do not muck around, man. Look how fast this thing, I was out here 2 weeks ago and none of this was here. So they've just laid a pad down for, no doubt, what's going to be a high rise. And what's funny is they're squeezing all these in amongst these little communities. I mean, the places are popping up everywhere over here. everywhere. This beautiful, typical little back street. I love getting down these back alleys because they really give you a sense of their community. I've also got to be careful because the dogs like to come out here and chase Jeff with his selfie stick. So yeah, just going back, superannuation companies generally take control. I was worried about losing half of my portfolio before I, hang on. So I had a dog coming after me. Yeah, dog didn't like it. I got to watch him because he was sneaking up on me. I don't mind these dogs. I'm not afraid of dogs, but what I don't want is to get bit here in Vietnam. It's not a good scenario, so you've got to be careful. He was all right. I don't think he would have bit me. Anyway, yeah, so my fear was just before I want to semi-retire that I would have lost half my portfolio. It happened to my father-in-law, and it happened to a lot of other guys I know that were, you know, oh boy, it's busy here. Garbage truck. Oh, garbage truck boys at work. Everyone's doing their thing today. And we're doing our thing. We can't stop working, so didn't you, Hal? Hang on, guys. I'm very mindful of my camera here. We're in a bit of a community. We're coming up to the markets here, the local markets that we go shopping at. We come here all the time to get our shopping, so everyone's busy, 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 busy. Let's all go. What is today? Today's Tuesday. All right, we're gonna head to my little coffee shop to grab a coffee. And I tell you what, I could bloody eat something though, I'm starving. So we took control of the portfolio and I'm going to say within 2 years I'd increased the portfolio quite significantly. Again, I'll reveal the numbers at the end. And it was the best thing I ever did. Not just that, as you know, it's all about taking control of my freedom, really, guys. And that included everything in my life. I just wanted to just unplug from the system and take control of not only my financial future, but everything else, you know, all the reasons I've spoken to you guys about in the past, about all the controls that are coming into Australia. All right, guys, we're at one of my favourite cafes. It's very busy, but I'm inside here. Oh, that little dog there. I got me salted coffee and my green tea, so I'm going to chill out here for 10. All right, guys, we just had our little coffee. Here's the other end of the market here. I love these markets. Me and Patchy come here all the time for shopping. It's quite a skill, actually, navigating your way around these markets. Also, getting to know certain vendors. Like my strategy is to go to the same vendors that are going to be friendly and happy and smile at you, and keep supporting them and build a trust, you know, with a specific vendor, and you'll get good deals. And that's what we do. Yeah, it's good fun. So anyway, let's get back into it. Second half of our video. Self-managed super fund. Is it worth it? Is it a load of bollocks? Did it work? Well, it's the best thing I ever did, and if it wasn't for the self-managed super, I don't think I'd be in this situation, to be honest. And it affords me all sorts of freedoms that you only understand once you've got into it. And you know, you're learning on the way as well. So I've never really, I've never been a gambler. I don't mind taking calculated risks, but I certainly would not be prepared to go in and do anything crazy with that money. I've always been interested in day trading. I'd love to day trade. Maybe I'll do that down the track. If my YouTube career fails, maybe we'll do some day trading, but if I did day trading, I wouldn't be doing it on cryptos, that's for sure. I would just be doing penny stocks, dollar stocks, something like that. And I've been playing around with simulators for a couple of years now, so it is something that interests me, but not now, not at this juncture in my life. Right now, we're actually not pouring a lot into our super fund because I'm not earning a hell of a lot of money right now. I'm just surviving, so, and I don't mind that. I'm actually loving life right now because I know that we have our fund. It's doing what it needs to do. It is making us money, and I'll explain to you what I did. And guys, I'm not going to reveal exactly every penny and where that money went to. So yeah, if you refrain from asking those sort of questions, I've got to keep a little bit of a personal line here. But what I will say is the first thing I did when I got hold of that money is I purchased a house. I went in, let's say 80% into real estate. And I'll tell you what, if you think about what's going on with the real estate industry and the housing bubble, that's got to pop at some point. It was actually a very, very good move for me. I ended up increasing my portfolio in the first 2 years by about 35%. And you've got to understand as well, like, don't get too excited about that number, but that was always going to be the case because I moved it into obviously some good assets that were going to get me that return. So you know, I think if you know what you're doing, you're gonna get a little surge, and then things will taper off from there. So yeah, I increased the portfolio. So sitting stagnant, not making anything. I wasn't making a penny. To 35% increase isn't too bad. And what I will do is what I've been doing is I've been comparing it with my brother's super because he kept his in a fund, and we had roughly the same amount of money in our fund. So what I like to do is ask my brother, so how's your portfolio sitting at? What's it worth? And then I use that as a comparison because he had exact same amount of money. I think we're on a dead end here. Oh wow, look at this, guys. Is this a dead end? There it is. We're gonna have to get out on the street here. This is cute. A little cul-de-sac. Yeah, not bad. Locals are all looking at me like, what's this bloody idiot doing down here? Lost flang. flang. Anyway, yeah, so moved, so I bought a house, and then I invested in crypto, and right now, currently I have nothing in the stock market, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with what I've done with my cryptos. I'm not day trading, I'm not swing trading. My crypto portfolio is for long term. I'm dabbling in probably the top 10, and I'm just locking and loading that. I'm not touching it. One thing that my accountant has told me, which no doubtably will change, is that the only way you can get away from paying capital gain on cryptos is under a superannuation fund. So right now, the rule stands, when I turn 60 and I liquidate my crypto portfolio, I don't have to pay any tax. Anyway, we're playing by the rules, and we're making decisions that are going to suit our lifestyle. That's what this is all about. At the end of the day, I've made that decision because it suits my lifestyle choice, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I actually enjoy, oh hello, Xin Chow. I actually enjoy running my portfolio. It's you got to treat it like a business, and yeah, it's good fun. I like it. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope if anything, I'm encouraging anyone who wants to set up in self-managed super not to be nervous about it. Just do your homework. That's what I would say. Do your research, do your homework. Don't do anything crazy. Don't throw your money into some wacky frickin' scam. Just be careful out there, guys. Take your time, but just do your homework and make sure you get a trusted accountant, okay? Because there's a lot of dodgy outfits out there, and they love it because, you know, you got 500 to $1 million bucks. That's a big chunk of change for someone to play around with and rip you off. So just be very careful out there. Again, for those guys who do have really good super funds, good on you. I'm glad it worked for you, and I'm not slagging off any other system. I'm just sharing again what I've done, and it's made, you know, it's afforded me the opportunity to do what I'm doing right now. And that money's sitting there, it's safe. We can have a stock market crash tomorrow, and I should be still sitting pretty solid. And yeah, there's not much more I could say. So on that note, guys, I'm going to be pumping this one out on Saturday because power went out in our apartment today and I cannot edit the main show that I was going to release on Saturday. So it's going to be this one. But I hope you enjoy it. Please hit that subscribe button, guys, if you're new to the channel. It's the best support you can give me right now. It really helps elevate the channel. And I really, really want to thank everybody. We have hit over 2,000 subscribers. We are monetized and we're slowly making some income. And that's my primary job right now, guys. So we have membership set up now for you. You get early access to all the films, and I'm going to be rolling out uncut versions for you. And also I'm going to start developing our Patreon. The Patreon account's set up, but I've got to create a strategy around that. But you are welcome to join the YouTube membership for a small fee each month. Join the exclusive club. I will create some extra content for you, but right now that pays the bills for me if you support me. So yeah, I still need to earn money, and that's what I'm doing. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. You'll get this Saturday night, so have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you on the next Urban Insight series, and I'll take you to another part of the city on the next one, and we'll see you then. All right, peace out, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. And do us a favour, everyone, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way you can support us right now.